you join us on Art House, the first one for the month of December. Time sure flies. In a few weeks, we'll be waving goodbye to 2025. But not before we show you the amazing art events we have in store. This artist and his clique show the intriguing art they have in this group show. Then we enjoy the backstory as this female artist preps for her solo. Then a traveling textile exhibition finds its way to the commercial city of Lagos. Details when Art House returns in a moment. Do stay with us.
My goal is to liberate women folk from the shackles of deprivation and taboos.
Testament of Legacy, Time and Space is an exhibition by Dr. Kunle Adeyemi and 25 artists who have been associated with his studio.
This exhibition is designed as a tribute and celebration of the mentorship and enduring influence of the renowned artist and art scholar Dr. Kunle Adeyemi.
What we are looking at is actually not myself. I'm looking at people that have trained one time or the other under me, under my stewardship, that I have influenced either when they were doing their IT, industrial experience, industrial attachment, CWES, that's a student industrial work experience, apprenticeship. Some of them come in for research, and so they worked in my studio one time or the other. And that's as far back as 30 years or more that we can count now. So, and I felt that it is high time I started harnessing and put these people together so that they can actually work more. We can actually give them visibility, and we can again begin to look at another generation of young Nigerian artists that will be vibrant in the global village and all that and all that. So some of this exhibition is actually something that I sit back and I want to see some other people who will run the show, of this art in the next 30, 40, 50 years.
And when we talk about time and space, it's relating to what has occurred in Cast Studio, in that space for a lot of years now. And if you look around, you find there are 25 other artists exhibiting today alongside the Grandmaster, Dr. Kunle Adeyemi.
It's something that, if you look at it, something that is not just coming, it's not an upcoming thing, something that has gone through the test of time, of people's works, relationship in time and space, about Dr. Adeyemi and his contact, which I'm one of them.
The multidisciplinary visual artist, former dean at Yaba College of Technology, and one of the first Nigerians to earn a PhD in practice-led studio arts.
He's a great artist. He's creative, and because he has worked under some other artists, like he said he had worked with Yusuf Grillo and also with Odon Brakbeya. He has a broad, knowledge of art. And from what has happened here, you can see that apart from whatever he has learned, he has also decided to impart it on others. He has taught others. That is very important, Being a good artist is one thing, and just standing alone is another thing. It's good to impart so that the next generation can learn from you. He's a good artist, and not only a good artist, he's a good character, he's a good person, He encouraged me even in the art business. He encouraged me, and I'm very happy at the kind of works I've seen here today. It shows that he's not only good in himself. What people have learned from him, he's also a good teacher. Without actually, because he's also a lecturer now, so he's a good teacher. What they learned in his studio is great, because the works here are very first-class works. That's what I like to say.
25 distinguished artists who have passed through or collaborated with Kunle Adeyemi Studios over the decades, including former students, apprentices, and protégés, are displayed in this group exhibition.
This particular one was selected based on those that have actually been through his studio, worked in his studio, learned from him, picked up this interest in arts from him over the years. So 25 of them made it to this exhibition. We hope that soon we'll have more of them also make it to such exhibition.
Doing Adire, I did batik, Adire and batik, and Adire Leko. It's not a day's thing. You cannot just wake up one day and you want to just produce and you get the result. If you want something good quality, it takes time. You know, you have to sit down, think, starting from a plain material, and you have to sit down. How am I going to do my composition? How am I going to arrange my motifs and things like that? It's not something you do in a day. It takes time. So relating it with this this occasion is relationship with the people, time that we spend. Dr. Adeyemi has related with his contacts. It's not a day's thing. It's not a day's thing. That has been a long time relationship, mentoring, you know, teaching, training, and I'm a beneficiary of it.
Kunle Adeyemi Art Studio has trained a lot of people, ranging from the youth to adults. I'm one of their trainees. We have quite a number of few studios that has done so in the past, but doing so now, I think they need to, queue and take this kind of have this kind of example from to learn from Kunle Adeyemi Art Studio.
I think there's a strong element of history, culture, and of course collaboration with this particular exhibition. It's his work, but also all the students, and he now calls them colleagues, how their work is in conversation with each other. So yes, he's an artist of his own right, but he's also an educator, and he's empowered other artists. So there's a strong element of collaboration in this from this exhibition.
I see diversity at our peak here, because you move from paintings, you move, and you also find some very unusual artworks that you will find in some places far away beyond the shores of Africa. And you just ask yourself, what are these artists thinking to be bringing such a thing out? You also have the metal foil, which is not very common, on display here. It's amazing and quite mind-blowing.
These works can fit very well into the global village. All of the works, in the printing era, in the printmaking one, in the relief works, you know, in all of the paper works, you see some of these works can actually adorn a serious gallery in the Western world. So I'm happy that these products are coming up, that they are doing well, you know, not only by my own training them, I have actually helped to hip them up, you know, and say, look, you can't relax by now. So I am happy that these works, you know, have come up from all these mentees, you know, to the extent that they have something to show that is of global standard.
The exhibition was conceived to showcase the artistic lineage and shared spirit of creativity that originated from Dr. Adeyemi's studio practice, as the works of art explore how legacy is shaped by the dimensions of time and space.
With an exhibition like that, you can be sure a lot of work went into it, just like this next artist who is preparing for her solo exhibition in Lagos.
Edna Wise Ekenimo is known as an art tapister and educator. Her works are characterized by their meticulous detail and the way they merge tradition, experimentation, and emotion.
I'm an artist and an educator. I just retired from the Lagoon School, Lekki, as the arts tutor for the past 23 years. Now that Edna is retired, Edna is not tired. So I've just delved into arts, studio arts now.
We visit this contemporary artist in her studio as she prepares for her solo exhibition, Metamorphic Weave, The Alchemy of Fiber and Pigment.
I've had that dream while I was teaching in Lagoon that I go for exhibitions every day with the students. And I think one day too, people should come and see my works at my own exhibition. And that is where the birth of this solo exhibition came about. And I thought to myself, where do I start from? Edna, you must start from somewhere. First, I looked for a place while I started doing these works gradually. Most of the works you will find there, I've had works that I've done as far back as 1985, 1982, 81, 82, from my polytechnic days right through my university days. Most of the works that you see, and they are just transformational from one stage to the other. Now that I've finished teaching, mentoring, and grooming children, especially the girl child, I just thought I could explore the world. Let them get to see me. Let them get to know what I do. Let them see the creativity and the talents that I have. So I pushed forward for this exhibition and got a space at the National Museum.
She primarily works with tapestry and fiber art, integrating various pigments and media to create complex textures and visual stories.
Art is not conventional. Art's about creativity and transformational. So I looked at it and I said, well, I need to start up with this project immediately. You can see all around me, I have works, woven pieces. These woven pieces are an interweave of fiber and pigments. You can see that we have synthetic materials here. A lot of synthetic materials, like we have here, the synthetic twine with wool. I also introduced the synthetic grass into it. Then something came up. I had these snail shells for quite a long time. I've been collecting them and keeping them because I wanted to work on them. And I said, look at this weave. This weave represents my interpretation of Ecom monoliths. Ecom monoliths are Nigerian artworks from the southeastern part of Nigeria, Ecom precisely. And they are stones that the people worship. The art of the Ecom people is quite interesting because they have their own symbols, which we are yet to delve into. While I was teaching my students, this is one of the arts that they treated then. So I decided there must be one work that will come up in those Nigerian art works that we've done. So you can see the beauty of the different symbols that the Ecom people have.
The graduate of the School of Art and Design, Federal Polytechnic, Auchi, Edo State, has dedicated over 2 decades to shaping young artistic talents as an educator in Lagos.
Taking a moment now, Art House returns with more. Do stay with us.
And these are the works of art you sent in recently. Let's begin with this roller tip pen on sketch book by Stephen Ezike. He calls it Negotiating Price. Then the beauty of family is seen in Austin Abayi's ink sketch on paper. Then Tomiwa Adelagun is exploring friendships. He said it's really essential with this ink on colored paper work. Knowledge is an unlocked door closed to those who do not push. That's according to Francis with this pen on card work he calls Dawn Satisfaction. Then Yomi is pushing for peace and unity with this acrylic on canvas work. Emmanuel Agbola is just admiring the natural beauty hairstyle with this acrylic and glossy paint on canvas piece. Callistus Obidike has his digital art he calls Baskets of Promise. Then this art on sand piece is called A Rose by Akomu. Then George Abe is paying tribute to the Nobel laureate with his watercolor painting called Wole Soyinka. And that concludes the works of art you sent in recently. We really appreciate you for sending them in and encourage you as always, keep them coming.
This traveling textile exhibition titled Owu Fin Fadin Thread has been moving around the world and had a brief stop at the Center for Contemporary Art, CCA, in Lagos.
It's a traveling exhibition displayed at the Center for Contemporary Arts, CCA in Lagos, titled Owu Fin Thread, an exhibition of entangled histories.
The exhibition Owu Fin Thread is coming to Lagos, which is really great. It's its 4th station. The kit was shown the first time in Austria, in Bregenz, and then it went to St. Gallen in Switzerland, to Vienna, Austria again, and now it's the first time on the continent, which is really great because Lagos was such an important starting point of the project. And the next station will be Dakar in Senegal.
It's an art and research project that uses textile to explore the complex histories and colonial entanglements connecting various global cities.
Exhibition in itself is an outcome of our 2-year project in which we actually researched colonial as well as the entanglement between colonial and textile history. And this research took us into a few locations. So we started off in Bregenz in Austria, going on to St. Gallen in Switzerland, then to Dakar. We came to Lagos as well in October last year, and then went back to Vienna to continue more research. And then in the process of these field trips, as well as interactions and encounters with different makers across this region, we began the process of making the quilts. So the quilt, in a sense, is kind of like a residue of our research project, and all the encounters that we made in these different cities.
We were 8 artists and researchers who had an interest in fabric and the different relationships to fabric, like political, historical, economical, but also personal stories, and also the craft of making these textiles, the dyeing, weaving, piercing, and so we figured out a language because we come from different contexts. We come from Finland, Haiti, Germany, Austria, Nigeria, Dakar, and Senegal, and we worked on this for 2 years.
It traces how fabrics and trade routes bear the marks of colonial legacies, violence and migration, specifically exploring the textile and lace trade that historically linked European textile centers with Nigeria.
Textile is also a reflection of trade as well as migration. So oftentimes, when people migrate to different countries, as we saw when we went to Dakar, like for example, the Fulani tribe, they brought a lot of the indigo techniques, all the way on across West Africa, because that they're like a migrant tribe. And you find traces and remnants of that cuts across West Africa. And you also find that elsewhere as well. So with migration as well as trade, you find, that there's some similarities that you would find in the techniques of making that you can trace, along these trade routes. And this has been ongoing. Even during colonial times, it was very evident as well that you find with the trade caravans, you have all of this textile knowledge that is sort of intermingling as well as people are migrating, intermarrying, and moving from one location to another.
Because I'm coming from this small town close to Lustenau, where the lace trade or lace production is located, I looked into the colonial history of Austria, which is not known at all, and I looked at one of the first colonial trading store that was a cotton store by Ganar, and you can see a portrait of him turned on his head. He is celebrated as a great entrepreneur in Vorarlberg, as the one who introduced textile industry and the one who really brought progress to Austria. And the colonial history behind that, or the history of enslavement, is never addressed. And I wanted to somehow address it and start a discussion on that subject matter.
Moving cities like Lagos, Nigeria, Dakar, Senegal, Vienna, Austria, Bregenz, Austria, and St. Gallen, Switzerland in different continents. The core of the exhibition is a monumental quilt that serves as a tactile map of shared histories.
Interesting show there and concept. Our next episode is a salute to the art legends in the country.
Next week on Art House. Vision of the Last Quarter 2, Oshogbo Art Exhibition at Thought Pyramid Art in Abuja. Oshogbo Art Living Legend exhibition at Co Gallery in Lagos. Icons 2 group exhibition of living legends in Lagos. More people need to enjoy the ingenious in the Nigerian art scene. So do share, view, and like our page for everyone to experience this bundle of talents.
Your art house experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's the program today. It's always a pleasure spending time with you, and I look forward to doing it again and also interacting with you on our various social media platforms. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Have a lovely day.